Hey everyone! So today we are doing a deep dive into Jason Derulo's Swalla. You know the one. It's been absolutely everywhere, racking up more than 1 billion views. But we're gonna do more than just listen to it. We're actually gonna pull it apart and see if we can figure out the lyrical formula that made it such a monster hit. Let's get into it. So it all really boils down to this question. Is a song like Swalla just some happy accident, a catchy tune that got lucky? Or is it something more, like a product, carefully engineered for mass appeal? We're going to make the case that its lyrics are a precision tool to be as infectious and memorable as humanly possible.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about how the song immediately sets a scene. I mean, before you even get to the chorus, the lyrics are already working overtime to create a very specific vibe. One that's all about pleasure, endless choice, and a wide-open invitation.
The song wastes absolutely no time. Right out of the gate, you get this line. And, it's not really just about drinks, is it? It's about people, it's about experiences, it's a whole world of variety and possibility. It just immediately sets this tone of indulgence. This is a party with no limits.
And then, bam, the invitation gets even more explicit. This line feels like it's talking directly to you, the listener. It basically breaks down any wall between you and the song. It's saying, hey, this isn't some exclusive club, it's for everyone, and you should bring more people. It makes the whole thing feel super accessible.
And this is kind of the final piece of the puzzle, right? It creates this sense of a shared collective experience. It's a call to action for everyone in the room to just have fun and let go. So, think about it. In just 3 quick lines, the song has built an entire atmosphere and welcomed everybody inside. Pretty efficient.
Okay, so the party started, everyone's invited, now what? Well, now you need that one thing that's gonna get stuck in everyone's head for weeks. And that's where we get to the core engineering of the song, the hypnotic, absolutely unforgettable earworm of a hook. At the very heart of it all is, of course, swalla la la. Now, what does it mean? Honestly, lyrically, who cares? That's not the point. Its job isn't to mean something, its job is to sound good and feel good. It's basically a nonsense phrase designed for one single purpose, to be ridiculously easy to remember and sing along to, even if it's the only part of the song you know.
But the hook is more than just that one phrase. If you look at this table, you can see how each little piece has its own specific job. Shimmy shimmy makes you think of dancing. It implies movement. Drink la is a super simple call to action. And freaky freaky gives it that little provocative edge. You put all these repetitive building blocks together, and you get this hypnotic effect that is just, it's almost impossible to get out of your head.
All right, so we've got the party vibe, we've got the crazy catchy hook, but there's another really powerful theme going on here. Status. The lyrics are absolutely peppered with these little code words, specific references that are basically shorthand for wealth, luxury, and social power. Here's a perfect example. The phrase, bust down on my wrist. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, it's slang for a super expensive watch that is so completely covered in diamonds, it looks like it's busted. It's an instant, unmistakable signal of some pretty serious wealth.
And it doesn't stop there. You've also got red bottom heels. This is a direct shout out to the iconic red-soled shoes from the high fashion designer Christian Louboutin. Again, it's not just any pair of shoes. It's a specific, globally recognized symbol of luxury. It's a status symbol.
So what you're really seeing here is a 1-2 punch for establishing cool. On the one hand, you've got the obvious wealth, the flashy, expensive stuff you can see. But then, on the other hand, you have these declarations of social status, like the line, "I'm that bitch," which asserts a whole different kind of power that isn't just about money.
And all of that brings us to what is, lyrically speaking, the grand finale of the whole track, Nicki Minaj's verse. And listen, this isn't just some guest feature they tacked on. It is a straight-up masterclass in establishing dominance, using razor-sharp wordplay and cultural references to just elevate the entire song.
Her verse follows this incredibly clear and powerful structure. You can almost see it as a 3-step plan. Step 1, she asserts her total superiority, in this case in the world of fashion. Step 2, she just casually dismisses all her rivals with that condescending "bless her heart." Ouch. And then finally, step 3, she shows off the very real, tangible rewards of her success. It's a whole narrative of dominance packed into just a few bars.
And here's a great example of her wordplay. The name Galliano. Now, this is almost certainly a playful twist on the name of the legendary designer John Galliano. By using it, she's signaling this deep, insider knowledge of high fashion. So deep, in fact, that she can afford to just play around with the name. It's a flex. Then she does something really clever. She completely dismisses the traditional ways we measure success. You don't get wins for that. Don't get blimps for that.
What she's saying is that whatever her competitors are doing, it's not earning them real trophies or accolades. It's a way of framing her own success as being on a totally different level, way beyond some industry award.
And this is the payoff line, the ultimate flex. Notice how specific it is. It's not just a fast car. It's a cherry red Ferrari, and it has brown guts, meaning the brown leather interior. That kind of specific, evocative imagery paints this incredibly vivid and undeniable picture of what peak luxury and success look like.
So, when you put all the pieces together, the Swalla formula becomes pretty clear. First, you create an open, inclusive party atmosphere. Then, you lock the listener in with a dead simple hypnotic hook. You sprinkle in the language of luxury brands to signal status, and you cap it all off with a masterclass in lyrical dominance and clever wordplay.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. This formula, this mix of inclusivity, indulgence, status, and dominance, it clearly works on a massive scale. So when the beat fades, you gotta ask, what does the wild success of a song like this really say about the things that fascinate us in pop culture today? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.